continue the series of the famous Rabbonim of yesteryear. And friends, it's Chaf Elul. That naturally is the 20th of Elul. It symbolizes the Hilula of a really great Rabbi Menachem Batzri Z'tl. We're going to say some incredible stuff with regards to the great rabbi, because he was a founder of the Sukhat David institutions, which is very much a great schooling system in Israel, has taught many thousands of people. And let's just see a short biography with regards to the great rabbi in of itself. He passed away 20th of Elul, I believe around the year 2006, 2007, around the late 2000s time periods. And let's see some of the highlights with regards to what the great rabbis of themselves said with regards to him. Even when he was at a young age, he was like a special Torah learner. He came from a really great family, one of Yirat Shamayim, one where they really imbued Torah, Chesed. I believe the family in of itself actually originated from Baghdad, if I'm not mistaken. And the descendants were among the great students, the great rabbis in among the Baghdad community in itself, including Rabbi Yehuda Fataya, who we've spoken about before, and Chacham Yosef Chaim Ben Ishchai, and many other great rabbis. They were part of that golden generation, let's just say, of great Iraqi Rabbanim. And let's just explain, when he was young, at a young age, it was actually related over from Rabbi Yitzchak Abba Shaul, one of the great rabbis. He even himself testified to how great the rabbi himself became, how great Rabbi Batzri was actually, even as young. The way he was learning Torah, he had dreams, even at a young age, and the midot tovot he had, and everything excellent, how organized he was with his learning, how he felt for other people, how he was learning in his Torah was absolutely second to none. It's actually interesting. He had, obviously, we're going to talk about how he started up this fantastic institution of the Sukhat David institutions in itself, but he has a special way when he was instituting this institution of Sukhat David. It became a grandiose Torah schooling system for the Edut Mizrach community, for the Sephardi children, the schools, whole Talmud Torah system, which especially is in Bet Shemesh, Beit Ha'alit, and in many different places in of itself. He brought about to it a special, let's just say, a way of education with regards to it, with regards to wondrous educations, with all the different signatories, let's just say, of people backing him, great rabbis that were going to be part of this incredible thing, and many great students he would actually nurture within regards to this Torah system. He was dealing with basically a lot of the parents over there, students, older people, seeing how they're doing also and progressing within regards to their journey, within regards to Torah throughout. So it was dealing with on many multi-fronts of education, Torah, of the highest level, especially, and we see the Sukhat David institutions, even on modern day, are absolutely booming at the moment. Really strong Torah network all throughout. I believe the Talmud Torah in of itself was among the first Talmudei Torahs for Sephardi children at that point in time. We're talking about many dozens of years ago. It was around 40-50 years ago when it started, even possibly longer. I'm not too sure the exact date. If anyone could please write in a comment. And at that point in time, he knew the different roles that it had over there at that time. And I think it he got a lot of signatories. He had a lot of backing at the time when he instituted this. I believe it was actually in the year around 1973 time period when the organization in of itself, the Talmud Torah, this great network, actually formed about in of itself. And then later on it will come up, it's had like many thousands of people that have been teaching within regards to it. He had an approach over here of bringing everything sameach, to bring the yeladim to have an enthusiasm with regards to Torah learning, to have a striving to go to various different yeshivot throughout their times, to actually start at a young age, to start off, build up the blocks over there within regards an excellent learning framework, and then at a later stage we'll do it. He had this I think he had actually the backing and a lot of recommendations, especially from Rabbi Ari Deri, the head of the Shas political party, which had a great involvement within regards to him. Also, within regards to, there was all the other great rabbis. He was had part of the team in of itself. Many of the educators out there are great rabbis, even some of the leading rabbis nowadays across the world. One thing also, the Sukhat David institutions also can be glorified about, not just a excellent schooling system. They became a printing and a publishing house also, where they have published many different sidurim, let's just say, within regards to the Sephardi Edut Mizrach Nusach in of itself, the pronunciations and the liturgy and the text. Many Chumashim was published, Machzorim, these are for the high holy days also. And for many of the different Torah needs, they actually published different books, and very much it's all over internationally. I remember I had my first Sukhat David book when in the late 1980s, if I'm not mistaken. Even in America, I went to a wedding when I was a child, and they actually distributed it over there. He consulted with many of the great rabbis, including Rabbi Yaakov Kamenetsky, Rabbi Moshe Feinstein was very involved, and especially at the time here when he was starting up, he would get advice from the Baba Sali, the famous Rabbi Yisrael Abu Chatzera from Netivot. Also, Rav Eliashiv, very much involved in regards to helping him start out. Chacham Ovadia Yosef, the leader, the former chief rabbi of Israel, very much at a huge part. Rabbi Mordechai Eliyahu, Rabbi Yehuda Tzadka, also he passed away, I think, in the year 1990. Rabbi Tzion Abba Shaul, also Hagon Rav Chaim Neman, also one of the he had a broad compass of different great rabbis from the Sephardi, Ashkenazi, and Hasidic people he was getting advice from on how to boom the organization of itself. And I think it was when he even passed away, the main thing that was on his mind, it was reported over, was within regards to building, was a worry, the love he had for the Talmidim, how they could grow. I think he was in correspondence on his last day with Rabbi Ozeri, who I think was very, very close also to Rabbi Btzri. And I think at that point in time, they were building new buildings and new projects. It's actually, so he was really one of the founders of the Edut Mizrach Torah movement, let's just say, post-1948, since the Medinat Yisrael was formed. But obviously we know that there was many great Sephardi kids and there were many institutions, but this was one of the more recent post-1948 institutions, grandiose ones, which very much is very great nowadays. There was a great book, actually, Torah colossal work, that was actually published within regards to the Menachem Mashiv Nafshi also, which I think is available widely and has had many, many different readers and many buyers all throughout. It's Hisilula here on Chaf Elul. Please don't forget to light candles in the great rabbi's memory and learn more about the great rabbanim of yesterday. Wishing you a Shabbat Shalom. I'm recording this just before Parashat Ki Tavo, and take care. Rabbi Menachem Batzri, one of the great rabbis, the Menachem, the Batzri family in itself are great rabbanim with great Talmud, Torah positions, rabbinic positions, especially nowadays in the year 2024. And please subscribe to the channel. Take care. Shabbat Shalom.